Is this stream working? Is this stream working? Testing some new settings. Trying to see. I feel like it should look a lot clearer. The encoding. Well, honestly, it does look pretty good. The encoding on this looks really good. That is amazing. And I think it's running pretty smoothly. Pretty happy with this encoding so far. Pet Ranch! I might need to get a new excavating tool. Maybe one with basic materials, because I think that's what you're normally gated on. From the farm. Yes, it is. Nice. That is great to hear. That is great to hear, Tyronica. Okay, let's do some dailies, huh? Daily time. Basically had a few goals for this stream. One was just to do some dailies, do some weeklies, and one was to test some stream settings and stuff like that. And another was to just kind of offload some of my excitement for the update coming in a few days, which is gonna be awesome. It's just, for somebody who is an avid Arcana player, I think the update is already really fantastic. And then the Reaper is dropping too, which is super exciting. So the update's gonna be really, really great. But there's so many, like, these days I've been really, like, pretty excited about the game because one, it's like, for me personally, the Arcana and the Reaper coming out is a lot of, like, fun that I can have with the game. Oops, for some reason I thought I had Secret Garden. Kill him with a meteor. But for another thing, there's really cool stuff, like they are, dang, I didn't, for another thing, they are adding in the raids, I think, much quicker. Like, Belshazzar's coming out pretty quick. I think their updates are getting a little bit meatier. And then, I'm, like, really excited for, I'm really excited for Belshazzar, I'm really excited for Arkan, and I'm really excited for Loan in the winter. I think that's going to be amazing. I'm looking to playing with the 2 new cards and not relying on Call of Destiny for cards anymore. Yeah. The new cards are going to be really interesting. I'm really going to have to rethink, like, the card math and card usage. There's going to be a lot of questions that I don't know the answer to. Because all things considered, I'm like a pretty new Reaper or Arcana player myself, so there's going to be a lot of things that I'm going to have to learn on the fly. And I honestly haven't been too, like, I kind of wanted to experience the game myself, you know? So I haven't been too, like, aggressive about looking into theory crafting and research on, like, the new Arcana stuff. So, like, the new philosophy behind how we're using cards, how we utilize the new cards that we get. I think it's, like, what, Joker and one more? Is that right? Yeah. So that's all going to be new stuff for me. Oh my gosh, we are drawing cards. Yeah. Very excited for Aloha on. A con looked really cool too, so in terms of like looking forward to things that we're gonna get in the future, I'm pretty excited. So I'm like feeling actually pretty good about Lost Ark. I still think that there are like lingering question marks about like maybe progression speed, maybe daily grind stuff, getting friends into the game. But overall, I'm like really happy. Joker and the new cooldown one, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah. What did they do? Like they changed Moon and Star, right? And then they have a different cooldown card or something like that. It's gonna be interesting too because you're much more incentivized with the new Arcana to look for 2-card combinations as much as you can, because you don't have the RNG draw anymore. So there's no, like, currently we have to kind of optimize for having 2 slots open. That's like, my understanding is that it's much more mathematically advantageous to like, if you have Cole in an empty slot in Call of Destiny, you should use a rotation with Cole, and then make sure you have 2 empty slots and then use Call of Destiny, rather than using Call of Destiny to just roll for 1-card slot. You always want to try to roll Call of Destiny for 2-card slots. This was my understanding, but that's going to change with the update because we're not using Quick Draw to manage cards anymore. There's just like a bunch of little things like that I think are going to be interesting to think about. Do 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 do. Man, this is going to be a fast floor here. I got another Judgment card. Judgment. Pull an Emperor card with these Royals. No. Okay. Well, that's sad. It's okay though. We're okay. This was a fast floor. Some good card RNG. Hopefully the YouTube stream is working out a little bit. I've been pretty happy with my YouTube stream, like on many different fronts. One of the things that I miss about streaming on Twitch though was, at least for when I was streaming live, just like listening to music in general. But it's harder to do on YouTube. Always nice to listen to music when you're doing your dailies. Ooh, Emperor. Good for these guys to move. Still more spawns from Emperor. Oh, we got the RNG card draw here. We're just gonna draw 2 cards here because of my betrayal set. There it is. So we draw cards here. I drew more cards there. Nice. Lots of card draw. I also don't even know what the new, like, if there is a new Chaos Dungeon build. They're changing so much about Arcana that I don't know what that looks like. Ooh, do I have something to sell? Nope. Nope. Cursed all vital point hit. Probably not. Didn't get anything worth it. Do 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 do. Okay, time for some Kungulanium. Flare pheromones. Put Most likely minor changes to chaos. Yeah, I would assume so as well. I would assume so. Sometimes it feels like when you use a betrayal set, it's kind of like you don't really need much more. Betrayal set is just so good for that circumstance. Do you have a separate set of accessories that you're going to swap onto for the Arcana update, Tyrannica? It's cheating. Yeah, the betrayal set is like so good for Chaos Dungeons. Hey Vic. Biggest change is going to be being able to save tripods for it without problem. Yeah. Yes. That's going to be very nice. I had a few more Infinity Shower tripods than I thought I did, so I'm going to have a bit more flexibility with it. But I don't know how far I can go with like dipping into Emperor tripods, but I think I can get pretty good with the 4 Ruin Skill build tripods. I think that will work out pretty well for me. I'm gonna save my cards for when its armor breaks. I don't know if that's the right decision, but I'm just gonna do it. So that was just the rarest case there where it was worth it to use my return, because you'll notice that my return and my Celestial Rain are still like the correct cooldown. Oh, staggered. Get it. Nice. We got one more hit. Draw cards. Ooh, balance. Draw cards. Gotta stick with the same? Nice. That is a good economic choice, my friend. You are making a very good economic choice. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going. That's a good amount of damage. We got 3 ruin skills in there. To be honest, I kind of blanked a little bit. Get out of the way. Oh. Phase that guy pretty quick. You phase that guy pretty quick. Is it the Sork? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It is the Sork. Oh! We've got some Joicers. Got some Juicers in this party. Roll that card for just one time. Oh, stay away from that. Boop, 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 boop. Do that. And stay away from the freeze guy. Oh, counter. Nice. Secret Garden. Celestial Ring coming up. There. Nice stagger. And then now we can use Cole. Serendipity. Still leaning towards Thirst for Reaper. Whew. Man. You know... I don't know what I'm doing. I've kind of resigned myself to playing both. I am... So damn, the fact I got upright fire. I thought the Sork would have been pooping way more damage. But... You know? I guess like what's really making me hesitant about choosing one or the other is because I like to I'm a very picky person, and at the end of the day, one of the major reasons why I would pick an engraving is because I feel like it has a capacity to hang with the best, right? Like I kind of want to know that I'm doing lots of damage, right? I won't. Yeah. So the problem is that Thirst is just like the better engraving build for outputting damage in general, especially when people are all on level for content. But I think the rotation might not have enough obstacles to it, right? The rotation is very free, which is great because you can play it very freely, but whew. If it's just like me throwing buttons away, more or less, and then committing all of that to muscle memory, then I don't know if that's gonna like connect with me. I mean, obviously when you play Arcana, right, like nothing's gonna be, at least in my opinion, I don't think anything is gonna be close to Arcana in terms of like decision making and the speed at which you're making those decisions. But you know, that's probably the thing that I'm most worried about playing Thirst Reaper. Whoop. Put that on cooldown. Here. Garden. Card. Oh, we can use all our ruin skills here. Nice. Balance for the win. You got it another time. I'm not sure it was the right choice to use it. Nice, we got all our damage off. That was good. And we redrew a judgment. Whereas, like, Moon sounds like it could be fun because it has a bunch of obstacles and challenges. But I'm worried about Moon in the sense that I don't end up getting to do anything fun on the class because it, all my skills are on cooldown all the time because I'm always building meter for it. But maybe the fact that I'm like, okay, super armoring that. No, that could have been me. Double rain and a secret garden. No, let me do it. Nice. That was some big damage. Dude, balance is just so good, man. Balance is such a good card. Balance in all things. Yeah, I'm just worried that Moon will feel bad because everything's on cooldown all the time, so I don't get to do cool teleports or counters or anything like that, you know? I don't have, like, the low cooldown on my dashes and dodges, so maybe that won't be as cool. That's probably my biggest worry about playing Moon. On top of the fact that it's also, like, not really that great for, like, big damage either. To my understanding. However, that like downside to it might also be fun because maybe those challenges will force me to be creative about how I play the class. And then also, it could also just get buffed, right? Yeah, but the thing about spamming for Thirst and DPS is that your cooldowns are much shorter, right? So it's like much more likely that you're like, oh, I know something's coming up. Well, within like 2 or 3 seconds, I know just to hold this ability. Whereas like it's much more likely for Moon where it's like, oh, now I'm like 10 seconds away or something like that, right? And just in general, the lower cooldowns will help the Thirst Reaper be able to have things for options. And like Thirst Reaper has a lot more leniency, right? You only have to like do a green skill every however many seconds, every 8 seconds to upkeep the Thirst buff, and you're still like pretty optimal. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, what you bring up is true as well, right? Like because you're just throwing all your skills away all the time. Maybe it's true. So that's kind of why when you bring that up, that's kind of why I'm like, I kind of want to just play both and see how I feel. I see a lot of people run 4x3, and then level 2, level 1, Empress Arcana with Barricade, and Adren being level 2. Is it viable to use the same setup but use Raid Captain instead of Barricade? It is indeed. Tyrannica got you. It is indeed viable. It is indeed viable. The big thing to know about this stuff, P is for Peter. I don't know why I said it like that. Oh. No. I don't think he means barricade level 2. Barricade level 3, and then it's a dread level 2. Instead of barricade, you use raid captain. So everything's all the same, and then raid captain level 3. I think that's what we're talking about. Yeah. The thing about these builds is they're all like somewhat close to each other. Most of the optimization comes around adrenaline, and then the biggest conversation around adrenaline is how much crit synergy do you have in your party on top of yourself. Most of the time, if you're like pugging and you know that your party composition is going to be changing a lot, adrenaline is probably going to be fine. If you're in a party where you have at least one other crit synergy class, then maybe it's better to not go adrenaline. But like at that point, what are you really min-maxing, right? Like, so yeah, adrenaline 2, Empress 1 is fine. Everything is all good. It is all good. It's I think usually in practical terms, when you're doing a fight, unless you're like really well practiced and you're executing everything like fairly optimally, it's just so easy for like practical circumstances and decisions that you make in the actual fight to already like shadow the difference between you having like adrenaline 2 Empress 1 or Empress 3 or barricade or raid captain, you know? Like those things typically, like you could even argue that barricade might be more resistant to that because raid captain, like depending on practical scenarios, it's much more likely that you drop out of your raid captain window than you drop out of barricade window, which is almost impossible to do. But even then, I would say like with the new build for Arcana, I would say it's like feels generally pretty difficult. But we'll see. I'll have to play it. Thank you. I started playing Arcana because of your content, and it's the most fun class I've played after maining Glaive. Ooh, nice. Cool. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm always like, you know, I'm, when I make my videos, I kind of like, I don't know how people are going to receive it, I guess, because I kind of just like talk about things that I think are like interesting or particularly notable about the class and just like share my perspective. I think it's like, you know, it's fairly like niche information sometimes, I think. But when people jump in and kind of like say how much they like enjoy the content or find it really interesting themselves, it's like, it feels really good, you know? That feels really good. And I'm glad that like just having somebody else be interested in the things that you're interested in, or like think that your perspective is like particularly noteworthy. I think that like feels really good. So it's awesome to hear that from you and from other viewers and stuff like that. I'm like pretty happy about that actually. So I appreciate that sentiment a lot, man. Raid Captain gives freedoms of runes, which is nice. Yes, yeah. Thought Glaive was fun because of how much effort you want to put into DPS rotation and flexibility around how you want to play blue red skills. It kind of feels super creative to play. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is absolutely true. I like playing the Glaivier because I thought she looked cool. I definitely think my Arcana is like, I feel much more excitement playing my Arcana compared to my Glaivier, but Glaivier is pretty fun too. FNA says, thank you for your content. Thank you. Keep pumping out the content. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of your guys' kind words. All of your guys' kind words. Oh, man. I am, like, man, how much do you guys think I will actually get out of these ability stone and accessory boxes? I probably get 0 good accessories, right? Right? There's no way that I actually get something worthwhile out of these things. Right? Ability stones and accessory boxes. There's just no way. 72 and 144. It seems so unlikely. What's 122 times 30? 3263660 about 3660. So I have about 3660 basic array of fusions. Is that enough? How far does that take me? Do I need to craft more? You may. Thank you. Thank you for the vote of confidence. It'd be pretty amazing if I get an actual good accessory for that. Though, to be honest, like my barometer, at least for if you're, especially if you're getting these accessories for free, if your relic accessory is over 50 quality, it is my understanding that a 50 quality relic accessory is about the same amount of stats as a 100 quality legendary accessory. So whenever I'm buying relic accessories, especially if it's for a budget or if I get a relic accessory and it's over 50 quality, that's like my barometer for like, I don't want to buy anything under 50 quality for relic because it is just so not worth it. Like, yeah, part of the greatest strengths of relic accessories is the stats, and if you're like under 50, you're really like hampering your ability to kind of like push your stat to the next tier. You need 3K for 1490. Oh, okay. Where is that from? Because I think the Hyper Express is going to get us to 1445, right? And obviously you're going to need to probably spend a little bit there, but like, is that from 1445 to 1490, or is that from like 1475 to 1490? How much is that actually? I don't know. Okay. Also, I'm kind of like on honing freeze until the Reaper comes out because I don't want to spend any money on anything else. I need to get a bunch of Fions too. I'm probably gonna like throw down the wallet for some Fions because I don't have enough Fions for ability stone rolling. I only have 213. On average, a 7/7 ability stone I feel like is about 300 Fions, 350 Fions, somewhere around there. 1445 to 1490, I think. RNG is RNG, yeah. Is level 1 Empress feature proof for content, or will I have to eventually level 3 Empress? It is. I guess take this with a grain of salt, Peter. Because obviously I haven't done a con. My impression is that the difference between a 5x3 build with Empress 1 versus a 5x3 build with Empress 3 is icing on the cake in terms of clearing content. That is icing on the cake. So, you know, I think, like, that is not to say, how should I put this? Additional damage definitely can help to make your runs easier or harder, right? But for example, if you were to do Clown with 1 engraving versus a 5x3 build, one of them is going to be way easier because you're phasing way faster, right? You're skipping lots of mechanics and stuff like that. So obviously that's a very hyperbolic example. But I would say by the time you get to the difference between Empress 1 builds and Empress 3 builds, it's like pretty negligible. It's pretty negligible. Like, you'll probably be able to like learn how to do the fight better enough that it's like pretty irrelevant, that damage difference. The only time where it really kicks in is if, based on your specific party composition or your specific level of play, if you're like barely making it past certain DPS checks, then maybe you would consider changing your build up. But most of the time, I feel like most of the time, players will like learn and grow and get better at playing the content to the point where it kind of like it doesn't end up becoming a pain point for them anymore. Did I answer you, Maros? Yes, the skill changes are indeed coming next week. Yeah. Also, what am I doing? What is the stuff I'm doing? Am I feeling like I should do a Procion's Compass thing? Chaos Gate! You can get some shards. I can get some shards. Shards are always important. Excuse me. Well, excuse me. Most builds are like 3% difference, which is really not a big deal. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and generally, like, a lot of the fights in Lost Ark, the reason why you want to get more damage in Lost Ark oftentimes comes down to making the fight, like, from marginally to significantly easier for you, but the difference is usually not, like, are you able to clear the content or not, if that makes sense. Like, in terms of, like, oh, I hit Enrage, and I'm not able to, like, physically beat the boss because I'm not outputting enough damage. If it's very difficult for gear to be the ultimate issue behind that, right? Adding on more gear to improve your damage can help, but most of the time you get much better return from, like, organizing your gameplay a lot better. So yeah, usually the barrier for, like, a gear check in Lost Ark is, like, actually quite low. The greatest encounter that you'll have to defeat with low gear is the other players. it's convincing them to put you in their group. That's the greatest enemy that you must overcome if you have, like, a weaker gear setup. But honestly, like, if somebody's looking at an Arcana, they see Empress 1 and Empress 3, especially if they don't play Arcana themselves, it probably all looks the same to them. Probably all looks like an Arcana player, you know? Deathblade! What other classes do you guys like to play? I'm curious to know, like, Arcana players, like, what are the other classes that they find fun in Lost Ark? I'm super curious to know. Because to me, Arcana is such a unique class in Lost Ark. Like, most of the classes in Lost Ark I think are pretty unique. Like, they're pretty different. They usually have, like, a pretty strong, like, feel and identity to them and aesthetic. But even considering that, I feel like Arcana is, like, a level above the other classes in terms of, like, standing out from the rest of the game. I'm curious to know, like, if you're an Arcana player, what are some of the other classes that you would consider to be, like, your most favorite classes to play in this game? That would be interesting to me. Betrayal, let's go! Got a slam, because I'm gonna get the identity. Now I can slam again. I can awakening. Oh, wait, I missed. Oh, shoot, I actually have to fight this guy. Oh, he's dead. Nice. Yeah, I think, oh, okay, hold on. I think I'm gonna go Keen Blunt when Ancient Accessories come out. I'm gonna be unique. Ooh, very interesting. Very interesting. Somebody commented on my YouTube videos talking about a Keen Blunt build. Was it you? I don't remember, but they had a pretty interesting, like, observation about Keen Blunt builds. I'm really curious if anybody ends up going that, what their experience will be like. I'm, like, curious about tracking that. Let's see. What is the hardest raid in Lost Ark? The hardest raid to play? Ooh, that is interesting. I think different people have varying opinions. I guess, okay, maybe if I speak from personal experience. If I'm speaking from personal experience, I definitely, personally died the most in Clown. I personally died the most in Clown. For the most part, in Vicus and in Vulcan... Okay, this is just gonna sound like bragging at this point, but whatever, I don't care. When I was progressing Vulcan and Vicus, it's also a bit different too, because, like, we had guides and stuff, so I kind of knew what those raids were gonna be like going into it. I think I personally made the least mistakes, died the least, learned these fights the fastest. Vulcan and Vicus were fairly smooth for me personally. Now for the raid, it was a different story, right? As a team, clearing the raid still had its challenges and stuff like that, but Vaulted and Vicus did not feel like a challenge to me in that sense. There were certain things about the fights that were challenging, but at the end of the day, if it came down to me, like personally making a mistake or wiping the raid or dying to an attack pattern, it was very difficult for Vaulted and Vicus to do that to me. Definitely wasn't a perfect run, but it was not like it was not really a big deal for me. Clown, however, I did die a lot, but so did everybody else, right? Which would lead me to believe that it's probably a little bit harder to pick up. But I think there's like some nuance to that statement as well. I think like Clown, I think could be considered a difficult raid to learn, but maybe an easy raid to replicate. Because one of the criticisms that I have about Clown Raid is it basically boils down to Mario phase transitions, right? Like the hardest parts about doing Clown actually has nothing really to do with your performance on your personal class. It has to do with like, you gotta move well, right? You can't get hit by hooks, you can't get hit by saws, you gotta do your Mario well, and you basically like just have to make sure you don't mess up your Mario phase transitions, right? Is a person getting the meter at the appropriate time? Are you avoiding like the towers, not killing the towers and stuff like that? Do you know like how to avoid the attacks in the phase to make sure that you can jump into the portal when you're a clown and not get knocked down, right? Like this has like less to do with actually your class choice and your proficiency with your particular class, and more to do with just like the basic mechanics of the game, right? Like it doesn't really matter if you're a berserker or a bard or an arcana or a deathblade. When you go into the clown stage, you just have to like know how to do clown, you know? And so I think like in some ways you could say that clown is difficult to learn, but maybe like after you learn it, it's not really like that hard to do because it's like such a specific skill set, you know? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you guys feel that. Arcana Maid, and then you play Bard, War Dancer, Sork, Reaper, Painter. Those are your mainstays. Nice. However, I'm really enjoying War Dancer right now. Oh, cool. Nice. I really like the theory crafting and the building of War Dancer. But these days I don't like to play my War Dancer too much. But that might change if I had done like Relic set on my War Dancer and got Dominion, because I feel like that changes the War Dancer a lot, getting Dominion set. But it was super fun to like think about all the builds and learn about all that stuff. That was really enjoyable for me, like the theory crafting behind it. Let's see. I play Remaining Energy Deathblade, Pinnacle Glavier, and Blue Gunlancer as well. Interesting. That's so interesting. Huh. I do check Loa, and I have seen a couple of Arcanas with Keen. Oh, nice. I think Vicus is the hardest due to teammates, yes. I think one of the things about Vicus that was very punishing is that, like, Vicus is one of those raids where it's a very stark contrast with Vaulted, right? Because Vaulted, there is this very visceral effect where if you're not respecting Vaulted's attacks, you get knocked off and you die instantly. It doesn't matter how much health you have, right? Like, no amount of gear is going to let you tank Vaulted's hits if you don't know how to, like, protect yourself against them, right? However, Vaulted is very lenient because most of the time, like a single person can carry Vaulted to the end, right? It's very likely for one player to just like finish Vaulted. In fact, even in my own raid group, I don't know, there's definitely a single digit amount of times where we finish Vaulted and everybody is alive. I would argue at least in my memory, it's never happened, but it may have happened once or twice where everybody was alive at the end of Vaulted, right? That's just so rare. So you weren't actually punished for not respecting Vaulted's moves in that sense. You could be in a group, you kind of like not really know what Vaulted is doing, get knocked off, beat the raid anyways, right? Even when you were like progressing it somewhat on level, right? Like you can kind of like get pretty close to Ghost Phase. If like 4 or 5 people are alive, you can still probably beat it, maybe even 3 or 2 or whatever. And then as you get like more gear, like 2 people, 3 people can definitely finish it in Ghost Phase. When you did Vicus, the punishment for getting hit, right? If you didn't respect Vicus' moveset and actually like learn the fundamentals of Lost Ark and like read animations, dodge correctly, don't get impatient, these kinds of things that like you need to be doing when you raid in Lost Ark, it's not just you get hit and you die, but it's like you get hit, you get charmed, you hit other people, it knocks them down, they get charmed, and now there's two people who are charmed hitting everybody else, and so it kind of like it's like this chain effect that gets worse and worse and worse, right? And so I think like Vicus was a slap in the face to a lot of groups if there were people who weren't like dodging properly. The problem wasn't that it was like Vaulted where they just died and they're no longer an issue, right? Because like in Vaulted, you die, you don't cause any more problems, right? It's kind of like when the bad player in Vaulted dies, and then you don't have that bad player that's hitting into the counters anymore when you're progging the fight. You know, it's like sometimes it's like better to stay dead. You know, like don't mess it up for everybody else. But in Vicus, they didn't just die; they get charmed, and then they kill other people. You know, and it's like that gets really, really punishing. And so Vicus was like very punishing and difficult in that sense, because it really makes it harder on your group. Things like Tentacle Phase, right? Tentacle Phase is a perfect example of this. One person gets charmed in Tentacle Phase, it interrupts a second person, that second person gets hit by orbs, they get charmed too, and now the whole phase is over. Even if you sleep everybody, maybe you don't kill the tentacles in time, right? Like, it's so bad to get charmed in Tentacle Phase. It's like, you absolutely cannot greed for anything. It is way more worth it to just kill your one tentacle and focus on not getting charmed. But a lot of people don't kind of like, I think, respect how bad the situation can get. For Vicus. Clown is very punishing. Yeah, one mistake is a wipe. Yeah, like in Gate 3, you need individual people to go to Mario 3, right? It's just so easy for that one person to die, and then it's whatever, right? If you don't jump into the portal, it just wipes the raid. Yeah. Showtime, right? Like you need to do Showtime really perfectly. Yeah, there's so many things that are like you just don't have much wiggle room to make a mistake. Let's see. If you die in Mario, people die because of the curse. Yeah, that's right. And then like it makes it much more likely for you to die on the stagger check too. It's like, yeah, it's hard just to like solo the fight. Though I think people in KR are now geared enough where they can kind of do it. They still need people to do some of the early mechanics for them though. I'm running. Sorry, let's see. I agree with that. It is more punishing. You have to consider it as more of a 4-man as well, yeah. How did you guys feel about the 4-man stuff? Let's see. I'm running 5x3, Barricade, First Doll, Grudge, Empress, Raid Captain. I don't crit much. Ooh, yeah. Especially if you're not in a party with crit synergy. So, how are your tripods? Do you have Vital Point hit on Garden and Rain? Because those are pretty important. So that would be number one. If you don't play with a party with synergy, and then if you don't have Lost Win, I think without Adrenaline, if you have all your tripods and Lost Win, your crit is about at like 75-80%, if I remember correctly. Which is okay, but there's a lot of Arcana damage that is behind like the crit damage buff. So if you don't crit, you actually lose out on a lot of damage compared to other classes. So you really want to crit on Arcana as a general rule of thumb. Oh. Ooh, somebody's doing damage. You play Time to Hunt Gunslinger. Nice. Robust Spirit Soulfist. I have one of those as well. And Control Grip Glavier. Interesting. Oh, interesting. I didn't even notice that you didn't have Hitmaster. That is very interesting. Wait. Barricade, Curse on Grudge, Empress, Raid Captain. Oh, that's so interesting. Huh. Oh, because you're doing Barricade and Raid Captain. I see. I see. I was like, where is the extra engraving coming from? Yeah, we staggered him. Let's go. Let's go. Boop, boop, boop. Moonlight Sonic. No strip. Soul Absorber. Void Strike. Counter. Nice. This part is going ham. Yeah, I felt weak in current build without a support, not barricade, it's Hitmaster. Oh, okay. So you have Hitmaster right. Okay, cool. Vital Point hit level 4, still need tripod update for the level 5, yeah. The level 5 tripod on Vital Point hit is going to be very, very big. In my opinion, for Arcanas, it's like the Vital Point hit is like the first tripod that you should max out, I think, on both Rain and Garden, for sure. Definitely want to max those out. I would also say that, like, yeah, I mean, I'm probably preaching to the choir, but Arcana, without the tripods and the gems and the build and stuff like that, definitely underperforms, I would say. And then when you do get that stuff, then you do really well if you're like really on top of your game and you kind of like know what you're doing. Crit synergy will definitely help you too, yeah, for sure. But I've always also played with adrenaline as well, so I've always felt like even without crit synergy, my crit is okay. I've definitely seen some white numbers on my Garden and my Rain, but to be honest, I usually don't sweat that stuff. Usually when I do a raid, I'm much more concerned with my personal uptime rather than like the actual numbers that I'm putting out, which I think is usually how you should. That's going to be the best way to like analyze how you're doing on the class, is like by understanding uptime, building a good understanding for like what's actually appropriate for your rotation, and then kind of like judging yourself based on your uptime in that rotation and how many good decisions you make, optimal decisions you make, and then you kind of like ignore the MVP screen and stuff like that, right? Because people can have different gear, the practical situation can be different, you could be doing different mechanics and stuff like that, right? Like, your damage output itself is like a helpful indication, but it isn't like the whole story. What is the whole story is your uptime, right? That will give you, if you can, it's much more difficult, but if you can have a good idea for how your uptime is, then that's probably like the best indication. As far as your crit goes, it's definitely gonna hurt if you don't have your tripods maxed out, you don't have adrenaline. But, you know, I wouldn't worry too much about that. I would just be kind of like, be okay with it, and then when the update comes out, you're gonna max out the tripods, you're gonna have 4 of a kind, it's gonna be fine. That's probably what I would say. Yay, we knocked him down. Yay, we did it. Yay, awakening. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. That on him. 40, 45 crit plus 7 lost win plus 10 from return, and then 18% crit rate, 75% crit without adrenaline. Nice. True, sometimes doing Vikings Gate 2, Gate 3, I got greedy. I wanted to use Holy Card set and ended up not critting as much. Yeah, I'm not super comfortable. At least on Arcana, I really don't like running the Light of Salvation set without, like, with just the holy damage. I think, like, I just feel uncomfortable if I don't see the crit, you know? I feel very uncomfortable about that. I don't know what the math actually ends up being like, but yeah. It makes me feel very, yeah. So I usually just don't change it. I'm also too lazy to change it all the time. Oh, we already did it. Oh, I take so much damage. God damn. Oh, he's doing his yump yump. You gotta get away from the freezes. Nice. Do 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 do. What server do you guys play Lost Ark on? Out of curiosity. NA East, nice. NA East. Ooh, Blade Dance Battle Hit Point. Nobody wants that.
Let's enjoy the festival.
Bye-bye.
We only have another stack of Guardian Stones. Excuse me. Excuse me. Well, excuse me. Okay. Gunslinger. A lot of materials that I gather.
Let's enjoy
I wonder how far 4,000 leap stones can get me to.
Bye-bye.
I'm just so curious. I hope I get good RNG on my Reaper. I hope the RNG is just great. Ability stones go perfect. You know? Weapon quality is perfect. Holding chances. I hope everything is just peachy green. Oh, actually, I can do the trail set on my gunslinger as well. $4K leaps wants to know? I would love to know, yeah. Yeah. How much do you actually need? I have a bunch of like leapstone boxes and I still have my Lost Ark pass materials and stuff that's not in there. So we'll see. What the hell? 4916 is average. Oh, okay, so we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. Better than I thought. That is better than I thought. You pity everything. It's 11K. Oh man, pitying everything would just be that would just be good content on stream. You know what I'm saying? That's my way. I'll cope with that. Pitying everything will just be good content. Yikes. Bloop, 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 bloop. Are you guys following things with the Riot MMO at all? It would be. Oh man. $610K shards? That isn't too bad. I haven't actually done the math on how many shards I have. I have a bunch in my product inventory. But I haven't personally gone and checked if it's good enough. I'm not interested in Riot anymore. League left a bad taste in my mouth 10 years ago. Oh no. Yeah. League of Legends has done some stuff for people over the years for sure. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop. Do, 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 do. What do you guys think? Do you guys think there will be class announcements for Loa on Winter? I think we're pretty confirmed that female berserker is going to be discussed. Do you think there's going to be anything other than that? What do you guys think? Thoughts? Comments? Observations? Aspirations? Project Barbecue, I was keeping my eyes out for. And then found out the other day it was a mobile game. What was Project Barbecue again? I think another they're gonna release a third specialist in a row. Interesting. 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 I really like something that I'm really excited about is based on their like specialist class releases and the animations and visuals they've done for the class. I really like the modernization of how they're doing their models. The small animations that they have, the different levels of detail that they have for those classes are really, really cool. I'm really excited about that stuff. And so as new classes are coming out, they're probably going to look and feel even cooler and even smoother. That does make me pretty sad because some of the old classes feel like they kind of get left in the dust, right? I personally actually think Gunslinger is one of them. Gunslinger was the first class that I played in this game, and I like a lot of things about the Gunslinger. However, the idea of the class is really cool, but their aesthetics for the class, I don't think it's like that well executed. Like, constantly being in pistol hands, right? You don't have like a weapon holster. Your weapon skins don't mold to the size of the actual skin, right? You're like, your hands don't actually hold the guns. They're just like some default distance away for like the default gun size. And it's just all messed up everywhere, right? Like, I think some of their animations could be like way cooler, you know? I would be like, yeah, yeah. There's just like, I really feel like the polish on their Gunslinger class is like much lower than even classes like Deathblade or Shadowhunter. And then, well, Shadowhunter has a cockroach thing, but I mean, I guess that's more like a art design thing than like an actual execution of the thing. But when you look at the specialist classes, like they have so many good like little details and stuff like that. Their animations are beautiful. Okay. Dungeon Fighter Online, the 3D version. That's awesome. They did a nice touch up on Roche and Arcana. Yeah, that's right. I'm kind of like interested in what the Arcana changes were because like I personally didn't like look too hard into like the visual updates for Arcana, so maybe it is really cool. But I do think Arcana has some like, I definitely think some of their animations are a little bit janky right now. Some of their animations are really cool. I think like I really like Scratch Dealer's animation. I really like Secret Garden's animation is really cool. I think like Spiral Edge, like a lot of their flips are kind of cool. Maybe there are ways that they can make them a little bit more readable because it's like kind of like just like a fast flurry of things. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to see how that visual update for Arcana ends up looking like on my screen when I'm playing the game. I didn't watch a ton of Akan content either, mostly because I kind of want to like not hype myself up about Akan too much before like the raid comes to our region. So I haven't actually looked at a ton of like, I haven't actually like paid attention to Arcana animations. Most of the things that I've seen are in like Trixian and stuff like that. But yeah. A dragon transformation class would be cool. I don't know where I heard this rumor from. I think it was maybe from Saint One's stream. But my biggest wish is a class with like floating swords, you know? Kind of like Blade and Soul's Blade Master, but just like magic floating sword type of fighting. That would be my like, oh, I'm playing Salvation now. I didn't actually have to do that awakening there. Okay, and I can also spam my skills because I don't have to stay in magic addiction. Run away! Keep the adrenaline. No, I can't do it. I'm sorry. Turn the wrong way. Nice, I believed in my teammates. They came through. Look at that attack speed. Boop, 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 boop. I want to change my Gunslinger's accessories to specialization as well, but I can't do that until after I've invested into my Reaper. Especially since this is an alt character, I'm kind of like staying on Swift, but I'm definitely like, I want to go for the new age damage stuff, you know? Got you! Bloop, 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 bloop. And then we do this, and then we do that. And then we go here, do this. Or walk here. Gonna put armor up. Why did he hurt me like that? Here. Gonna break soon. Probably on this he'll break. No. Maybe on this. Maybe on this? There it is. And then we target down. Shotgun. Nice. Nice. We target down. Keep our adrenaline here with this. Gunslinger. Oh, he's landing. What is this damage that our team is doing? Push immunity. How is this thing still alive? And here. Three, four. Here. Oh, I didn't hit it. That was good. Oh my gosh, that was the longest Escaluda. Holy. Did you play BNS? I did. I did play Blade and Soul. I enjoyed the game quite a lot. Yeah, and yeah, that's kind of like what my favorite aesthetic, I think, of classes in MMOs, I think, has to have been the Blade Master in Blade and Soul. Oh my god. 62%. It's mainly whenever you use a skill now, that color skill will pop out now, which is really nice. Oh, cool. Touch up on the animation. Awesome. Yeah, Blade and Soul was fun. I definitely think... I feel like in almost every way, Lost Ark is, I think, more fun than Blade and Soul, I think. I would say that now. It was hard to get into Blade and Soul's PvE for me. It felt much less clear, it felt much more grindy and much more difficult. And then just the game itself wasn't like that well optimized, right? It was like very laggy, very difficult to get good response, you know? I'm a light sin on Blade and Soul. Nice. I played Assassin like years and years and years ago on the Korean server for Blade and Soul. But the class that I probably played the most eventually was Blade Master. and I loved it. But I also liked my Warlock. My Warlock was super fun. My Soul Fighter was really fun to play. Let me think. I think those would be like my favorite classes for me in Blade and Soul. Blade Master was definitely like my favorite though. But I haven't played that game in so long. I haven't played it in so long. Yeah, in Guild Wars 2, I was playing a little bit of Guild Wars 2, and I was playing, they have a floating swords class, it's the Mesmer class. And that was really cool too, yeah. I'm actually like, I'm playing Guild Wars 2 casually on the side right now, mostly like off stream and stuff. Not really doing like any kind of content about it, just like for fun for me. And yeah, the floating sword class in Guild Wars 2 is also really cool. I'm definitely a fan. I'm a fan of that stuff. Love it. What was the field? Stony Field or whatever? Oh, is that the one with like the faction PvP stuff where everybody's just like trying to get their quest done so they have to like kill each other and stuff? Yeah. I played the Soul. Yeah. Memories, but I'm definitely kind of like past that game. Oh my gosh, I am very swift, guys. I am very swift. Stop running. Stop running. Stop running. Oh no, my stacks. My stacks. Okay. Okay, we're not gonna use a pot. No. Ooh, that was close. That was close. That was close. Don't use potions. Ah! No, my stacks again. I'm so dumb. Look, somebody needs to break this thing's armor, okay? How is it not, there we go, there we go, there we go. Did I get the heal? No, we didn't get the buff? This is a disaster. The strength orb. The classic support ping for the strength orb. That's what we like to see. Huh. Oh no! Yeah, the perfect positioning on that. Can't see. I can't see. Yeah, 5 FPS. Whoo! That's a good stuff. Being melee in that field, yeah. The boss fights were definitely fun, but it was just like, it was also so laggy. I remember doing like turtle raids and it was just, oh my god. So laggy. So laggy. Don't hurt me, bro. Oh my god. Flash orb, nice. We did it, we killed it. They need to make new classes that are out of the ordinary. True. That would be very interesting. I think like, I mean, I think Painter is pretty good. Aeromancer is pretty good, right? I would say that these are like fairly unique classes. I think Arcana is also pretty good, even though like a card fighter class is like not the most unique thing, but it's still like definitely not like your traditional fantasy archetypes. Yeah. Lie. Hey, does anybody know how to fix this Korean voice pack thing? I had the Korean VO in the game, and one day it got broken by a patch, and then I haven't been able to like put the Korean voices back on. If anybody knows what the magic sauce is, let me know. Let me know. I did feel that BNS is much harder than Lost Ark. Yeah, I do feel that. Just my vague memory of doing boss fights in the game, like, whew, some of those boss fights, like, you have to have good timing after good timing after good timing after good timing. Like, everybody in the group needs to be pretty responsible for dodging attacks on their own, which was kind of fun, but it was very difficult. And then I think, like, on top of that, the rewards for actually doing the boss fights were not that good either. And I think Lost Ark is way more accessible. And I think Lost Ark doesn't need to do as much of the crazy timing dodge stuff because you have like this MOBA style, like you can right click to move to dodge stuff as well. I don't think it's necessarily worse in terms of like not being as difficult, but it was definitely super fun in Blade and Soul to like have a boss fight down, to be mega focused, and you're just like, you know, strafe dodging things, you're using your QE dodges and stuff, and your backsteps at the right time. That was definitely really fun. I wouldn't complain if there was a combat system like that, but I do think like the accessibility of Lost Ark is maybe like a boon. Plus, it just like in Blade and Soul, it looks really cool when you use your QE dodges and stuff like that. Like when you're on Blade Master and you do like, what was it? You do like EQ, SS, E, and then you can also use your lightning draw and E. When you're like stringing those iframes together all at once, you can go crazy. You can also use your 3 in your draw stance, like the multi-hit, the 5-point strike, I think is what it was called. Chaining all those invulnerabilities together is like so fun. Getting the timing right is also really cool because it leaves the after image of your character too. It just felt really good to like dodge things in that game. But it was very difficult. Though, to be fair, personally, I think they should have had a dedicated dodge button rather than having you double tap SS. I wonder how much easier the game would have been if you actually got good frames, if they updated their visuals to be like more clear in terms of like animations and stuff like that, and if they like provided easier ways to use your backstep and stuff like that. Maybe the game would be a lot easier, or at least like it would shave off some of that difficulty, because like definitely sometimes like you have no idea what's going on in the fight because your frames are so bad, the graphics all kind of like blend together, you know, it's like, what's happening? There's a DLC that you can download that gives you the voice pack, but I think it broke. Do you have the no texture streaming in your Steam properties? I do not. I do not. Do you use that? What does that do? Does that help? Hey, come back. Why is this guy not fighting? Do, 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 do. Pull everybody together. It helps with the freezing issue, it avoids it. How about Japanese voices? Let's see. Let's see. Let me take a look at that right now. No texture streaming, is it? Or rather, helps with it. It slowly loads everything in instead of loading everything in one big chunk. Oh, interesting. Let's see. Browse. Korean voice. I just see the Korean voice pack. Yeah, I don't know if they have the Japanese voices. I just see the Korean voice pack. I think it's just a Korean VO. Yeah, maybe I should put that launch option in. What is it? No text or streaming? Okay. I'll probably try that the next time I start up Lost Ark. Do 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 do. Ba-do, 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 ba-do. Beep, boop, boop. Hey. Man, I just want the update to come out right now. Right now. Finish work? Nice. Good job. Well done, Tyronica. Well done. Well done. Job well done. Job well done. Do-do. 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 Now it's time to do your homework. It's time to do Lost Ark dailies. There's no rest for the wicked. What do you think? I'm curious. What do you guys think about the daily cycle of Lost Ark? I think I have some opinions that are slightly different than the majority of the player base, I think. I think they have like a similar core sentiment to it, but they're a little bit different in its nature. What do you guys think about the dailies, like Chaos Dungeons and Guardian Raids? Let's go. Nice. You did that while working? Nice. That is efficiency. That is the truly efficient option. Do, 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 do. Do, do. Oh, I should have popped this first. I don't know why I didn't. Laser, laser, laser. Mm-hmm. Can't even see the mobs here. They're like blue on the blue background. I don't know what's going on. Can I know yours first? I mean, what do you think about that? Yes, absolutely. I think that the dailies. So, I think one of the things that's very common in Lost Ark is that people, they kind of like don't like the fact that you have to do 2 Guardian raids a day. You know, like 2 Chaos Dungeons a day. They're kind of like, wow, it like takes so much time. Feeling like I have to do this every day is such a chore. Why do we have to do the Guardian raids twice? And so they want it to be reduced to 1 Guardian raid. Which I don't necessarily think is like too big of a deal. I think you could reduce it to 1, make it give the same rewards or whatever you want to do with it. That's fine. However, I don't actually think that will solve anything, right? All that will mean is that you've taken like, I don't know, 12 minutes of your day that is like not super fun for you and made it 6 minutes, but then it's just 6 minutes of boring stuff. Personally, I feel like when you make a game, it's bad if you have 12 minutes of boring stuff in the first place. It doesn't make it much better if you only have 6 minutes of boring stuff. It just means that you don't have interesting content to play, right? Now, a lot of people say the problem with the Guardian Raid is that it takes too long or whatever. I don't actually think that that's the issue. I feel like the issue is that it's just not fun for them, right? It's like, theoretically, there's a few factors to this. Theoretically, if Guardian Raids were like, let's say it was super duper duper fun, right? Let's just imagine this hyperbolic world where Guardian Raids were super duper fun. It kind of like, you can kind of like do 12 minutes of a Guardian Raid if it was like a really engaging boss fight, right? Now, some other things that come alongside this is like, how worth it are the rewards of the Guardian Raid, right? I feel like there's a lot of things you could do in Lost Ark, but it's not that needed. Like island tokens, because yeah, like the horizontal content stuff. Yeah, there's a lot to do in Lost Ark for sure. There's a lot to do in Lost Ark for sure. So I think about Guardian Raids, it's like the problem isn't that it's taking 12 minutes necessarily, or that it's like you can reduce it to 6 minutes if you only did 1 or whatever. The problem is like, do you actually want to spend your time in Lost Ark doing a Guardian Raid? Is the raid fun? And then also, the reward for your time, I think, is important. Because some could say that, like, a weekly raid, right, like Vultan or Vicus or whatever, is like a much more interesting boss fight than, did I just not see where Descaludo was? Is a much more interesting boss fight than, like, say, Kundalinium or something like that, right? And even if Kundalinium had some mechanics to it, like, maybe people wouldn't really like it anyways, right? So take Velganos, for example. Velganos is a little bit more complicated, but a lot of the community didn't end up doing Velganos. It was just too difficult for them, not worth the time. They ended up doing Yoho, right? And I don't think that's necessarily because they don't want to do difficult content. I think it's just like the time investment versus the reward wasn't really like, it didn't really make up for it. So I think that's one aspect of it, and that can be solved by like reducing the Guardian Raids down to like only 1 instance, like only having to do it once per day. But I think we should think about the other side of it too. Like, I think the fact that we're doing something like Kundalinium for months and months and months, probably not good, right? Probably not great. Even if you have small things like a rotating set of bosses that you would be doing, and I know like it's not very inspiring, if especially for the developers, if your answer to like keeping the players engaged is adding more content, right? Because that's the problem with MMOs, like making more content is very difficult. And so if your solution is like, well, you should have like 4 different Guardian Raids that have like different circumstances, and maybe like you farm them in different ways, then I think that's kind of like a little bit of an obvious answer. But I think it's true. Like, at the heart of it, if a Guardian Raid boss fight is fun to do, you won't mind doing 2 of them, right? Like, it's not such a big deal to do 2 Guardian Raids if the experience was, like, pretty fun for you. I don't know why I did that. So, to me, that's more of the core of the issue. How many of you guys play gacha games? It's like casually or hardcore or whatever, have any experience with gacha games? Because I think there's like some parallels that can be drawn with it. Gacha games are like, oftentimes they have dailies that require little to no investment, right? And obviously Lost Ark isn't this kind of a game. But if you think about the dailies in a gacha game, oftentimes you can autoplay them. And I feel like the direction that people are asking Lost Ark to go in some ways, it feels a little bit like they would be happy if the dailies were as simple as like a gacha daily, where you like load into Descaluda, you can set your character to auto battle, right? If you're like geared enough, like we're like 1490, 1500 in Kungalanium, like Kungalanium is a 1460 thing, like we can just like, in a gacha game, we would be able to like blow that away, right? With like barely any effort, you know? And I wonder if like I feel like that's kind of the direction that some of these suggestions are heading in, which is interesting. It's just interesting for me to have that observation, I think. But I think a lot of gacha games have an issue with like the amount of effort you put into the thing versus the amount of reward, right? If there's something that's relatively like brainless that you can kind of like do on autopilot, then the reward can't be like huge, right? Because if you give a huge reward for somebody doing a brainless thing, I think that kind of like breaks the value of the items in your game, right? It becomes like not as valuable because these things are just like given to you. You're just given this stuff for free. You're not asked to do something of your character to like earn something, right? So, for example, in Lost Ark, a simple thing is like you're asked to do Legion raids and complete them so that you can build your relic set, right? Let's take a break and read some of these comments. Those people saying it takes too much time could be a sign of burnout too. Yes, absolutely, that is very true. For me, the most challenging is doing Velganos with entry eye level. After that, everything seems easy to do. Yeah, Velganos was definitely difficult on eye level, yeah, for sure. Even a little higher eye level could be very difficult. Velganos was a different guardian completely. Even to this day, I dislike due to the light mechanic I used to. Yeah, and that's the thing about Velganos, right? Like, I think if you put Velganos in some kind of category, right? Let's take Velganos and not make him a guardian raid. Like, let's make him a boss fight on his own, but they give like rewards more similar to like a weekly completion or something like that. The effort that it takes for you to beat Velganos now feels more appropriate for the reward you get. But because Velganos was just another Guardian raid and you just got marginal gains, like the difference between fighting Velganos and Yoho is like night and day, right? Like it just doesn't really feel very good to be like, I beat up Velganos, I'm so good at this game, I can solo him or whatever, right? And then I just get like a really crappy bunch of materials. You know, it's like, why? This feels really bad. Going back to my previous example, right? In Legion raids, there is this idea that like you earn your relic set and it feels really great because you overcome this challenge and you get this piece of loot, right? I think that feels appropriate. I think it also feels appropriate for like Guardian raids or like Chaos Dungeons. Like Chaos Dungeons, you're earning like bits of material, right? We're getting like these stones, right? We're getting leap stones. We're getting a bunch of like honor shards, right? It's just like kind of like resources, right? And we're getting small resources. But the content isn't that difficult. Chaos Dungeons aren't that difficult. You can kind of like do them somewhat autopilot and you get some like normal amount of resources. But it would feel really weird if Chaos Dungeons gave you relic set pieces, right? I think that would feel really weird. I think that would kind of make the loot in the game feel very strange. Like the balance of loot in the game would not feel as rewarding. So knowing that, like let's look at Hell mode, for instance. Hell mode is really interesting because theoretically, right, if the game was just all about gameplay experience, which it's not actually all about like encounter design and gameplay experience, because hell mode is like the kind of thing that you can grind for a long time, right? It's like a long grind. The content's always going to be there. There's no lockout. You can continuously attempt it, grow with it, do it a lot better. But there's no reward associated with it, right? So you spend a ton of effort doing hell mode content, and then you don't get any reward, at least from a character progression point of view, right? And so I think hell mode is like much less popular, which isn't like a surprising statement, but I think it's interesting to think about these dynamics between effort you put into the game, the rewards that you get out of it, and then how much time passes. So like when we're doing Kungulanium for like months and months and months on end, most of the player base is going to get pretty good at doing Kungulanium, and so now the effort that they put into it is like really, really low, and it's like really dry to them. And then the rewards that they get, kind of like that proposition changes, right? Early on, those leap stones, really valuable. You could sell them for a ton. Now it's like, man, just for a few leap stones, like I got to do this content that is really boring. I don't really want to do it, right? I have to do it twice if I want to get my daily rewards, you know? I feel like it changes like the dynamics, it changes the push and pull of this like time investment, effort versus reward that you get. All that to say, I think that they have to find some way to like make new experiences in Guardian raids a lot better. One of the things that I think gacha games does do well is usually with their dailies stuff. Like if I think about a game like Grand Blue, usually they'll have like various different fights that you're pursuing for different progression things, right? And so your progression experience is really varied. Now, obviously, all gacha games, as kind of like a blanket statement for the most part, are fairly like their gameplay isn't that complicated, and I personally would like to see gameplay that is less automated, more effortful, a little more intentional than what gacha games propose. However, I think it doesn't hurt for Lost Ark to add like a wider variety of Guardian raids. Make sure we don't sit on something like Kungulanium for too long, right? In the ideal case, you're rotating the Guardian raids like maybe even like once every day, right? Obviously, that's really ridiculous. But even if it was like once a week, there's like a new Guardian. And I'm not saying that like your Guardian raid is like, oh, this week you're doing Descaluda, next week you're doing Kungulanium, the week after that you're doing Kelagos or something like that. Like, maybe even having a new like version of a boss, having new mechanics with it, you know, something that actually feels meaningful for the player base. And then if you need to like scale up the difficulty for it, just make the rewards more worth it, you know? I don't know. I feel like the daily portion is like so much of where you spend your time in Lost Ark. Like, you need to make sure that that portion of the game is like fresh and fun for your player base. It can't just be like Kungulanium for months and months and months and months on end. Personally. And I think that's like the core of the issue. It's not necessarily that you have to do 2 of them. If a fight is new and fun, like, you can do 2 of them, no problem, right? It's like not a big deal. Captalon. Hey, how's it going, Captalon? Good to see you again, man. It sounds horrible. Yeah, like the autoplay stuff. Autoplay Guardian raids. Yeah, I think that's what you're responding to. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not what I would want the game to become. Autoplay Guardian raids. Let's see. Hell mode. Let's see. I think they can put at least like a Hell Guardian raid. Not only on leisure raids, much better rewards. Not an achievement only. Yeah, I think like... yeah, Hell mode is interesting. I think they are kind of sensitive to like... maybe some of the player base will feel a little bit alienated. Ooh, 65 mil. Maybe some of the player base could feel alienated if there was something they felt like they had to get, but they had to play Hell mode to get it. I kind of get that. But at the same time, I do think like it's a very careful balance for this game. Like, it's action MMO type game where like there's a lot of skill expression. it's kind of like the core part of your game, right? Like if you're really skilled, you should be able to like achieve a lot. And it's really good because hell modes, like you can't really like do any version of pay to win for it, right? It is really like an expression of your skill. I would definitely agree that like I don't think hell mode should be a core part of the game, right? I actually think Legion raids should be very accessible and it should be expected to be a core part of the gameplay. I think it is a good idea to get Legion raids up to the point where it feels like every player can experience a Legion raid and get to the point where they can have like the fun of like defeating the Legion raid challenge and like getting loot from it. But I don't know if it's true that every player should be asked to do hell mode raids necessarily. But I do think giving them rewards is a good thing. Hell mode is very interesting. I'm progging Helton right now, and it feels like an ultimate FF14 raid. Yes, yeah, ultimate FF14 raids are very similar to that. Dailies are like 20 minutes with Guardians and Chaos. Yeah, it takes me like 25, I think, on average. Right now, my biggest problem is the dailies. I really hate doing them. I don't mind the Guardian raids, but I've only been playing for a few weeks. Yeah, and I think that's the thing, right? Like, now, personally, as far as it relates to Guardian raids, I wouldn't want it to be like very autoplay. What do you guys think about Chaos Dungeons? You think it would help if Chaos Dungeons were autocomplete? Or do you think it would help if Chaos Dungeons were just like you log on, you get the rewards? I'm very curious to see what you guys think about that. Hey Greg, you say, will you change mains in the next patch or stay with Arcana? I'm probably gonna try to grow them somewhat side by side. I have a problem with like committing to a single class, so probably for a while it will kind of be both of them a little bit. Yeah, I guess that's kind of the answer. I'm gonna try to like progress both of them somewhat equally side by side, as I can. But maybe I'm gonna play Reaper and I could find that I don't enjoy it very much, and then I'll just like mainly focus on my Arcana, and then my Reaper is something that's like very high eye level. Or maybe I end up playing Reaper and I really, really, really like it, and I kind of like am only interested in playing Reaper. You know, I'm just thinking about it all the time. So I'm not sure. So far, the plan is to kind of like do them both side by side. Arnica says, IMO, Chaos is just killing mobs and kind of mindless. I would change it to one instance and make it longer. At the end of the instance, you just do a boss fight. Oh, interesting. So here's something that I would say about the daily experience, right? Like, one of the propositions about something like a Chaos Dungeon or a Guardian raid, and it being like 20 minutes, you get rewards for it, and then you get locked out, is that it helps, like, if I'm a player who I only have a little bit to play every day, like, let's say I can play like 30 minutes a day or something like that, I can still kind of like keep up with some semblance of like a general progression. Again, this is just more like the philosophy behind the daily, right? If I log in every day and do my dailies, then like my character is progressing at a steady rate and I'm kind of like keeping in the game. I don't feel like I fall behind because there are people who are grinding for like 24 hours and just accumulating so many resources that I'm just like not even anywhere near able to like keep up with anything. And my general sentiment in Lost Ark is, even if you don't have alts, you can kind of, at this point, if you've been playing kind of like from when the game released, like you can get pretty far on just one character, I feel like. Especially with your events and stuff like that, and like the bonuses that they give you. I feel like you can get pretty far on one character, I think. I think you can do okay. But I wonder, like, I don't think anybody logs into Lost Ark and is like excited to do a chaos dungeon. You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody is like, okay, I'm done with my day at work. I'm gonna come back home and I'm really excited to log on and do a chaos dungeon. RNG can definitely kill you, yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. I don't know if that's something that happens. And so if that's the case, like I almost would prefer it if their daily thing was something that played more to the strengths of Lost Ark as a game. Right? For example, let's say it was something that was like an amalgamation of a Guardian raid and maybe like some kind of like a boss fight. Like, let's say it wasn't Chaos Dungeons and Guardian raids at all that were your daily. And what your daily is something that you can do with like a friend or two, you know? Like you can play in a small group of friends, because what I think is very common when people play games, like I can imagine myself coming home from a day at work and saying like, hey, I want to log on really quick and play with my small group of friends that play Lost Ark. I want to do something that we can easily do as like 2 people, 3 people, or 4 people, something like that. And it's like pretty fun to play this in a group. It's pretty casual. We don't have to sweat super hard, and we get tons of like really great rewards for it, you know? Like in my head as like a daily experience, this sounds way, way, way better than Chaos Dungeons and Guardian raids, which Chaos Dungeons more so than Guardian raids, but they can feel like very solo experiences, right? Like I'm gonna log on and play Lost Ark, and I'm not gonna be able to play with my friends because I'm just gonna do a Chaos Dungeon and a Guardian raid. It's not worth like pulling my friends into this thing, you know? And then after I'm done, I'm kind of like, what did I really do in Lost Ark? I kind of like did a Chaos Dungeon, and that was like the height of my gameplay experience for the day. Like feels pretty unsatisfying, you know? Like, I wonder if it would even be more fun, like, if it was like some kind of a yeah, I don't really know what that looks like. I just think that's like closer to like the tone that you want, where you log on, you can play like a really like you can show off your skills with your class, right? It engages you in kind of like the boss fight mechanics of Lost Ark in like a very casual way. You can play with your friends, which highlights the opportunity for you to like do content with a party, right? I think like the best parts of Lost Ark is like playing your class, doing a boss fight, playing with your friends, right? Like I think these 3 things are like really, really key to the Lost Ark gameplay experience. So your daily should reflect that. And then like you can maybe have other things where like you add like mini games in your stronghold, right? Like let's say they had like Lost Ark mini golf or something like that, where you can play with your friends, or like some kind of like mini games or stuff in your stronghold that continue to give you other daily materials. Like I feel like this is already like a much more colorful picture of like what your daily experience in Lost Ark can be. Because then when you think about like what does it feel like for somebody who is getting home from work and just wants to play casually for a while, it's not like I'm gonna do a Chaos Dungeon, I'm so excited about this. It's more like, oh, I can play like, I don't know, like mini golf with my friends, maybe like don't fall off the platform Argos mode or something like that, you know, and like get daily rewards. And then like we can do some like boss fight content with some mechanics around it, right? Like not as heavy as like a Legion raid or something, like maybe even more similar to a Guardian raid, but more involved, right? With more interesting mechanics, right? Like a little more involved Guardian raid with like better rewards, right? That sounds like way better to me. It sounds way more colorful. And if you need them, and honestly, like at that point, I would say like just don't do the Chaos Dungeons, right? Just give you the reward for free. One of the things that's like interesting about the gacha system for gacha games, their daily system, is that there's a structure that is set up for a gacha game where initially, when you're playing the game and you're growing your account, there's content that's really, really challenging, right? You kind of need to like pay attention, like kind of adhere to the mechanics of the game a little bit. You need to play very carefully. But you get to this point where your character account is progressed enough where you're stronger than the content that you were doing, right? And then that content changes from something that's like something that you're working on and progressing on to something that you're farming. And usually after it gets to the farming stage, the nature of the game changes, right? Because then you kind of like set up your team to just like do it automatically. And so it naturally says, like, imagine if like we spent months of Kungulanium, and like at this point, like I'm so used to doing Kungulanium that I could do it half asleep, right? So do I really feel like I want to do that actively anymore? Not all the time, right? And so like to have the option to like just say, okay, you know what? You've like definitely done Kungulanium. You've beat it up hard enough. Like you're good, right? You don't need to do Kungulanium. Now, obviously, the caveat with that is there's more stuff to do in gacha game, right? Like you kind of move past it. You then go to the next piece of content that you're progressing, and then all the content behind you is just farm, right? But the idea that like it becomes like a game that's more about like maintaining your account and your roster. It's more like a strategy game where you're setting up the infrastructure of your account. Whereas before this was challenging, now I just set up my account to like make a team so that I can do this content automatically, right? It's like at some point, I wonder if it is worth it just to be like, once you get to this certain eye level, like you can just auto-complete your chaos dungeons. You know? If you achieve success in a chaos dungeon up to a certain degree, you know, maybe it's like, you know, this is not like the pinnacle of Lost Ark gameplay, right? Like I wouldn't look at chaos dungeons and be like, this is it, like, oh my god, this new chaos dungeon is wonderful, right? Like this gameplay experience is the pinnacle of Lost Ark, right? This is what we play the game for. Like that's never happened, you know? I don't know, I'm just rambling at this point, but IMO chaos is just killing mobs and kind of mindless. I would change it to one instance to make it longer at the end of the fight you do. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. I think that is a pretty good idea too. RNG can kill you. Yep. And when pugging, people usually choose to play with higher roster. Yeah. Kind of try the race event. That's refreshing to do at that time. Yeah, I think the race event was like insane. It was insanely fun. Maybe the rewards were too good, but like I wasn't complaining, right? Like that racing event was insane. It was like pretty fun to play, and the rewards were really good, and like you didn't have to get super, like it wasn't that deep, right? It was just having fun playing the race event. So like I think if you do things like you add these daily events that you can do with your friends in your stronghold and stuff like that, you can like, oh, I want to do like the racing thing, or I want to do like try not to fall off the platform, or I want to play like mini golf or something, or I want to do like something else, and that just gives you like, your daily rewards. Like I think that's fine, right? Just like I don't think people should be spending their time playing things like chaos dungeons. I think people should be spending their time like doing fun things with their friends in the MMO, you know? Yeah, maybe you reach a certain eye level, you just have to do the Guardian raid once. Yeah, I think so. Because, like, realistically, like, yeah. I guess the only thing about that is that you kind of want to keep the population of Guardian raids high, because, like, you know, for players, like, what if you do that, what'll happen is that you'll, like, age out your players, right? So, like, for example, right now, Kungulanium is really old, right? A lot of the people who are playing a lot, they're probably at the point where their rosters are like generally like 1490 plus. And if that cutoff for the Guardian raid was like, okay, well, at 1490, you don't have to do Kungulanium. Now, all of a sudden, those players in the pool are kind of like removed, you know? And so if there are players who are like 1460 and like trying to do that, there's no incentive for the 1490 players to do it with them anymore. And so you lose a large population. So, like, maybe that's a problem? Maybe? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't really know. But I do think something has to be done with the fact that like we can do something like Kundalinium for months. We're super good at it. It's not a challenge. It's not something that we like engage ourselves in. It's not like gameplay that we're like, you know, enriching ourselves in anymore, you know? Maybe something can be said about doing it on an alt, right? Like, I do think, like, when Arcana came out, it was fun for me to do Kundalinium because it was a good place for me just to get used to, like, doing the rotation, watching the cards, right? The Guardian raid was really fun for me when Arcana came out because I could use it as, like, a platform to, like, safely learn the class without having to dive headfirst into a Legion raid, right?
Enjoy the festival.
But there probably comes a time where it's like, okay, we've been doing Kundalinium for so long. Been playing this for so long. What the deal is. I don't know what these tripods are or if they're worth it. What is this? Okay. What is this? Melody increase. Quick prep. Oh shit, this is actually like... Wait, hold on. This can go here. This can go here. Right? Because now we have melody increase. This has a quick prep on it. Yep. Focus fire. Oh, I didn't actually... Focus fire is good. For DPS bard. Wait, why is this tracked? Do I already have it? Is that why? Oh, I already have it. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing with my bard tripods. I've put so little thought into it. Sure. Go in there. Well, this can just get pasted onto my gear, right? Is it better to have melody increase? Yeah, melody increase seems pretty poor. Yeah, whatever. I'm too lazy to look at this. I don't really care about my bard tripods, you know, whatever. Don't really care. Well, with that in mind, autopiloting Chaos Dungeons and Guardian Raids meaning they need to add more content or else people will get bored. Yes, yeah. What was I doing? Let's buff here. That. Use Judgment. Pop the Awakening. Counter. Damage buff. Heavily tuned. Let's go. We're owning, dude. Is he counterable here? Don't know if he is. No. Nice. Just a little bit more until my damage buff. I'm sorry. I need more meter generation. There it is. Damage buff. Shield him for this hit. Got him. Damage buff. More damage buff. Got him. The good Rhapsody, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so we got shields on people. Oh, we're damage buffing again. We're just farming these Serenades of Courage, dude. Heavily tuned. Get that strength orb. Nice. What in-game name did you name your Reaper? My Reaper's in-game name is Setsuhana. It kind of like transformed into a few different things. The original concept for my Reaper was Setsugekka, which is like snow moon flower. It's like a popular scheme for art and poetry. Setsugekka was what that was. And then it kind of like transformed a little bit, and so it ended up being like Setsuha and then Setsuhana, which is just like snow and flower. And then kind of the moon is implied in the Reaper stuff, you know? That was the concept. So my Reaper is like, that's kind of like the thing. And I thought like Snowflower was like kind of appropriate, kind of like cold and dangerous, you know, really calculated, but like I think looks really cool, looks really beautiful, you know? So that was my weeaboo, edgy, like naming scheme for a Reaper. There she is. This my Reaper. I haven't decided what skin I want to put on it. Also, hi Rice Ball. Good to see you. I was really adamant about like the, and I kind of like wanted a simple design for the Reaper. So she isn't like super fancy or bombastic like my Arcana, but I was really specific about things like the shade on the eyeliner was something that I was really particular about. I think the shade of the blush too, and then I also went for like a purpler, more like light purple mauve. Is mauve the color? Look on the lips, which I think ended up really good. I think the lighting here makes it look a little bit weird, but yeah, I think she looks good. I wanted to sell the IGN Ackerman. Can't find an offer I want though. Hope your weekend was good. Thank you. I hope your weekend was great too. Yeah, in contrast, like my Arcana is such like a unique look, you know? It's like the blue hair, the pink highlights like a lot of color. It's kind of like pink orangish, you know? She didn't really have much lip color as well. I feel like the Ackerman name should go to a Deathblade, right? Blue, blue, blue. Escaluda's right there, guys. Let's get him. I like this Halloween outfit. No, I missed my prelude. No, I missed my freaking thing. Sound shock. Okay, there we go. There we go. We need to balance this out, okay? Imapae! Imapae. Oh my gosh, for the night. Yeah, I might need more diverse, like, streaming times or something. I haven't really decided. It's kind of like random for me right now. How are you, my friend? How are things? Oh! Nice. 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 Just another prelude, that's okay. Gonna pop his shield. Or like scream. Do his armor soon. I'm gonna hold my sonic vibration because he's gonna do his armor soon. And I'm gambling. Okay, he's not gonna do it soon. I'm trolling. Judgment there, conviction there, pop this. I'm trolling! Get away. We've got shields for days! Oh, there it is. Now he's gonna do his little yell thing. Spam destruction! Nice stagger. I need a little more. A little more juice. There it is. There it is. There it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're pumping. We're pumping now. Got her. Got him. We're pumping. Do we need a heal? No, we don't need a heal. All damage all the way. I got this, guys. I got this. Here comes a counter. The Bard counter. Let's go. Bard counter. Boom! Judgment, conviction. Pop the awakening. Oh, everything is just going swimmingly, as they would say. 2 million damage too? 2 million? Did you guys see that? Damage buff. Counter. Oh, I'm just counter god. My mana. My mana. Okay, no shields for a while. I'm sorry, guys. My mana needs a break. Heavenly Tune will give me my mana back. Oh, the Strength Orb. No, I picked up a Strength Orb. Okay. I don't have a Rhapsody because I'm dumb. Counter! Never fail. 100% success rate. Every time. Go for this. Use our Awakening on that. Okay, I shouldn't have done the Rhapsody because I just used my Awakening, so there was no fear. Heavenly Tune. Got the meter down. Damage buff. Put this there. We need to babysit the Sork a little bit. We need to babysit this Sork a little bit, you know? The Sork is getting a little bit low. He doesn't even know they're getting hit, you know? Nice. Honestly, really good. Thanks for asking. Having a little break from Lost Ark, though, as not playing as much. Nice. Just hit 1500. Oh my god. That's pretty sick. 1500 on the Arcana. Jeez. You are insane. Back for the bus. Nice. Sounded like it went pretty smooth. I'm looking for a Reaper bus. Or a bus for my Reaper. That's what I'm looking for. I need to get in there early. Oh, Raid Captain Cursed All, but it's got Domination on it. Get all those leap stones. Nice. Reaper is coming out November 16th. Imapai. I am not on North America East, unfortunately. I'm on North America West. Unfortunately. Do 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 do. You do some Legion raids on my Deathblade? Reaper is coming out November 16th, Imape, which is the coming up Wednesday. This coming Wednesday.
Let's enjoy the festival.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Reclear looking for support. Are you gonna take a 1470, dude? Thoughts? 4x3, 1470, please? Super fast, chill run, 1 to 3. Maybe we should join this one. Oh, we got let in. God damn. That's what I like to see. Sleep bomb. Whirlwind. Time stop. Let's use purples. We're nearly out of purples though. Man's already asking for buses. You know, we need to do what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? we need to get a bus. Okay. No bus, no Reaper, you know? I've got materials I need to spend. I can't be capped at 1370, you know what I'm saying? I would have given you one for free. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Well, party's exploding.
Let's enjoy the festival.
Party exploded. It's dead. Party's dead. Super fast chill run. Ooh, instantly. Wow, they had no qualms. Look at Harry's gold. I would have charged. No, no. This is all an illusion. It's all an illusion. Okay, that gold is all gonna be gone. It's all an illusion. QDV. That why they let me in? These guys are juice, dude. Five by 3. Oh, he's ready. He's already Peacemaker 3. God damn. Oh, this guy. Are you 5 by 3? Oh, god damn. Oh, I snuck in. I'm a secret agent in this party. Wait, hold on. I think our party might need one of the 5 by 3s. Our party is only 4 by 3s. It's gonna be like really offset.
Let's enjoy the festival.
I got about 30k worth of gold in weeklies to do. God damn. 150k this week on your sword? Jesus. In prep for hallucination changes? Shoot. Is most of you guys' money coming from Legion, or are prices just different in America? The prices on North America West are pretty different. So like you get a lot more gold, but it doesn't go as far. So like some of my accessories are like, you know, 100k. Fiance quit at the beginning of Clown, and she has like 200k. She gave me 100k. What the hell? What happened to the other 100? What happened to the other 100k? You think your fiance is gonna come back and play the game? Was it like a bad, like... Damn, the sword just hit a home? This group is awesome. He's enjoying Skyrim and Potionomics. Ooh, Potionomics! I know one of the individuals that made Potionomics. The Discord chat, he's a friend of mine. I've not tried the game yet, but it seems fun. Do 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 do. New potion game is? Yeah. Yeah. The guy was working hard on that game for a really long time. I'm glad it came out, and like it's super cool to hear about it. He was playing Lost Ark in my guild for a while actually. and then he stopped playing Lost Ark because he was working on the game. Which is like, yeah, that makes sense. He considered coming back for a bit, but maybe I'll talk to him and ask him where he's at. Boom! Let you body relax. Oh dang, it wasn't a type of phrase. Oh, you guys don't get to see me mess up orbs. Thank God. Thank God. Doot doot. Stand on the correct side here. Ooh, a good old 12 mil. That's good. Moonlight Sonic. Pop that. Let him do this. Oh, man. Stand on the correct side. Moonlight. Don't get shotgunned by it. Oh my god, what the hell was that? What did we take damage to? Source? You guys know? Oh, it was the boomerangs from the kick. It's so hard to see because it was at the wall. So the kick, yeah, it does weird things on the wall. Well. Get behind him. Boop, boop, boop. Stand on the correct side of it. Look at that. Getting sucked into Dota 2. Nice. Did you watch the international games? I didn't watch the finals. I watched a few of the games. Oh, now you guys are going to see me do orbs. Man, I am just so trash. This, go in here. Okay, could be blue, so we could just go straight in, straight in, straight in if it's blue. If it's blue, we go straight in, straight in.
If you look closely at the orb.
Nice, 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 nice. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. I'm not just a heavyweight. Get behind him. We're gonna get behind him here. Stagger check.
Demons started gathering the power inside. We have to stop it so that they can't absorb the power.
Don't get shotgunned. Nice. I want to try to fill up my meter before we go over. Nice. Yes, I really didn't enjoy TI as much as the other years when OG was thriving. OG's runs in TI were definitely some of the most legendary, I think, in esports history. It's one of the most interesting stories, I think, in esports. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to top that for sure, but very entertaining. I want to do some Legion raids, but nobody's online. No, we had another death. It gets dead on NAE around that time too. Yeah, it's hard to play in off hours, I feel. Going behind. Like it's hard to do teammates, yeah. Oh shit. Don't stand close to the wall. See what he's doing. Slam it. Nice combination. Nice, we got the back attack there. Watch what he's doing. Get that. Standing at the side here. Kind of missed our soul absorber a bit there. Do 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 do. 1, 2. Watch the sides. Don't get hit by the boomerangs. What do you say, in? Velganos? Oh! That's okay. That's okay. We're okay. We're totally fine. Oh, this is risky. Nice. Woohoo! That was a close one. That was a close one. I'm glad we're not trolling today. Except for the boomerangs. I saw it go off to the side. Oh! I got rubber banded a bit, but it's okay. Oh, we're escaping me. To the side. Nice. That's what we're talking about. Oh, nice. He transitioned. Dude. No, don't go in.
The dimensions of reality
Okay.
and desire have switched. You have to focus and
Oh, we're gonna get our 3 bars from the axle. We do this. Hit them here. Soul absorber. Void strike. Don't get shotgunned. Nice back attack. Don't get shotgunned. across. Go get shotgunned. I would say things are going pretty well. Things are going pretty well. Alright, so we got the back attack, big crit, back attack, big crit. Swipe, maybe kickies. Let's go. Velgados. Okay, let's not mess it up this time. We didn't mess it up. Grab it here. We did it, we did it, we did it. Nice. Ooh. We did it. I went to a cafe and stayed with some friends till 9 in the morning and basically just woke up. God damn. Hey, I'm there. That's me. That's me, guys. Nice. Don't have to buy anything. We're just making gold on this. My point from earlier, Vika's hard due to teammates. yeah. Game 1 is definitely one of those. Phase 1 can be hard, yeah. Better frustrating more. We're kind of get the rework plus animation rework Wednesday. That's my understanding. Sungball says, yep.
Vicus must be at the end of it.
No more discussing Quadra. True.
It won't be easy, so stay
Yule Video Arcana best tripods. If the question is if I will make a video, I have a video up right now that goes over things like the tripods for Arcana. I think it's the most recent video that I did, or the second most recent video that I did. Okay, hold on. Let's say 525 is good. 11 is good. 7 1 7 2. Is that me? Where was I in the plus? I wasn't looking because I'm dumb. Yeah, I'll try to adjust. Do. Oh, purple ring, don't. Oh, we might need a time stop. Whoo, that was close. Yeah, close. Nice slam. Nice slam, guys. Nice damage. Oh, I didn't think that would, okay. Get that, and we're running. We're just chilling now because our, Our skills don't look so good. Dodge into this. Don't get uppercutted. Nice, she is doing it. Purple ring. Oh! Whew. That was almost bad. I'm gonna have to do a 2-bar slam. Okay, this is me. This is me. I don't know where I am on this. We're up here.
Not get bewitched by the illusion.
We did it. We're doing it, guys. The fact that I don't have 3 orbs is kind of bad here because I'm dropping my remaining energy. So I need to rebuild it again. Worms! Nice. Oh. Nice damage. You're gonna flippy. Does that. Oh, gotta run.
Here's a gift for you. Despair. You can't escape.
Purple ring. I'm gonna miss my slam. Okay. Kind of like a hard set of moves.
Let us combine our strength.
Might do another one? Oh no. I'm 7-2, right?
Don't look away from the darkness.
2, 3. I'm 3. I can do 3, 5. I can do 3. I can do 3. I can do 3. I can do 3. I'm 3. I'm 3. I'm 3. I'm 3. I'm 3. I'm 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did it. We counted. We counted. Don't get hit by the return hit. Nice. Back attack time. Nice. Oh, it's a purple ring. Oh no, this is Sonic. Oh, 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 oh.
Too much for you.
Slam, Blitz Rush, and then we're kiting.
Sweet enchanting smell of blood.
Oh no, does that poop drop? Don't get shotgun. Synergy on. Give me slam. No, it did 0 damage and I lost all my shit. No. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of chat. Hog. No more Quadra. Yes, no more Quadra. Still looking for the 3rd protection rune. Can't stand horizontal content. Very frustrating. Any tips to get it? Yeah, horizontal content. The protection runes. Oh man. Man, that's not me. I'm not here. It's the 2 paladins and dang it. Sag. Yeah, the codex has the runes. Can I get Lush Reed? Yeah, Lush Reed. Actually, first time catching you live. Good luck with the grinds. Thank you so much, Sungbo. I got Lush Reed and I've been playing since launch. I never got Lush Reed. Yeah. I think there's one that's like a quest, right? What build are you doing? 341 or 332? I'm doing 332, if that was directed at me. You can sell most tripods after you add them. Yes. I think that's definitely the move to do. You should save them and try to sell them right now because they're selling for a lot. Rune skills are priority for sure. How do you have so much gold? I think the market in North America West just like things sell for more. If you get like even 1 or 2 good accessory pieces, you just get a ton of gold. But all the accessories cost a lot as well. So like, depending on what region you play, this is actually a lot less gold than it looks like. Let's go, Vicus. Oh, she's doing her spinny thing. Put the synergy up. Awakening this. No, I don't have the rear position. If you run Raid Captain, safety device is good. Yes, absolutely. Return and Call of Destiny crit damage tripods. Yes, those are very good too. You guys know it all. You guys are great. I feel like this is one of the benefits of having a channel that's like around our kind of information. Is like, you guys are like, a lot of you that have like the information, you're like so helpful to people who are asking questions too. It's really great. Oh! Okay, guys, I'm trying to do this typing test as fast as I can, okay? Oh, I nearly messed it up. I want to sub 1 second.
Focus your eyes on me.
How fast was that? How fast was that one? Was that one speedy? Oh, let's go! Oh, I wasn't close enough. I could have gotten my damage earlier. Okay, let's see. Let's try to Blitz Rush and then Slam. Oh, got it. Okay, good. Things are going great, guys. Everything's perfect. Everything's just perfect. Oh, shit. So, here's the thing. You don't want to use your identity here, okay? You don't slam here. You don't slam here. Because bad things happen, okay? Now you have your slam ready to go after, and it's gonna refresh all your cooldowns. So you just stock up 3 orbs. Quick maths, was that in regards to the red-black orbs? Nice, so nobody's getting slept here, so that's good. See, now I get a slam, and all my cooldowns are like coming back really fast now. Just take 1 tick. Do this, throw that, get that. Put the synergy on, Moonlight. See what she's doing. Combo. Other side. Spinny. Good counter. I got a Moonlight Sonic here. Put this on. She's gonna go center for bridge. Gonna sniper with a Blitz Rush here. Wanna stop for poop? What does that mean? Oh yeah, for tentacles. Are we? Looks like people are hitting her, so I'm hitting her. Wheel. Maybe a counter move, yeah. Use this opportunity to get a slam for ourselves here. Yeah, let's try to do these ones here. Thank you, Pally. We're good, we're good. No, we're not good, we're not good! Oh, God! Okay, oh! Oh, sheesh. 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 Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay. We're doing the spacebar spam. I'm really bad at spacebar spam, by the way. Okay. Okay, we did it. We get to the other side here. We need to cleanse. We need to cleanse. It's time to cleanse. Cleanse it. Oh, there's a debuff on top of it. Oh, God. Boom. Boom. Wheel. We're standing right here on the wheel. Nice. Let's see. Oh gosh, I still pulled it off. Dark Resurrection, so you'll run Emperor. I guess, yeah, if you do get some Emperor tripods, that's probably not too bad of an idea as long as you're done with your Empress ones. Boop, 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 boop. It's all about stagger damage right now. Stagger damage. Nice. Up. Down. What the f... YOLO! Let's go! Thanks, guys. I'm not here. I couldn't do it, guys. I couldn't make it on the board. The 5x3s. Okay, let's see. Seeing your Deathblade makes me want to gear mine further. It must feel nice not having to hit full rotation in Maelstrom. Yeah, yeah. MT, you generally don't run Dark Resurrection if you go Empress, since you said you got your 3 Ruin skills. Those guys are really nice. And the thing about my Deathblade as well is my gear is not that good. If you see my spec, it's at 1465. That's like really bad. Yeah, it's... I don't hit good breakpoints on my remaining energy Deathblade. Really, this spec should be like 1600 plus. and that really changes your rotation for remaining energy. It makes it like very, very lenient. So in actuality, this Deathblade should be going like much smoother. But yeah, I just like this Deathblade basically hasn't moved since Hard Vaulton. Yeah, I haven't like really changed the gearing of this Deathblade since Hard Vaulton. We're all Arcana mains, yeah. Imapai says, "Are you completely free to play, or do you occasionally enjoy the card swipe?" Yes, I do. I do card swipe occasionally. There were a few things that I card swiped on. One for cosmetics and stuff like that. And then I card swiped on. There was a time where I card swiped my gunslinger because I wanted to do content around the gunslinger, but that didn't end up going through. Swiped a bit on that. I think I probably swiped a bit on the Arcana, but a lot of it was save materials. And then on the Reaper, most of it was actually save materials for the Reaper. But that's just because we had such a long time, you know? Like, I was kind of saving for the Arcana, and then I got it to, like, a really good place. And then basically, once my Arcana was at, like, 1490, I was saving for the Reaper again. And obviously, I got the Arc Pass as well, so I paid for that as well. I've, like, spent a decent amount on the game. I spent a decent amount. Definitely not like $1,000 spender or whatever. Oh, damn. Oh, that was the Striker book, yeah. Or whatever. I think it was Sharpshooter book. I can't remember. But yeah. It's definitely not indicative of somebody like who just grinds this game. But I also don't do my full like 6-man roster stuff all the time either. So little bit of a swiper. I mostly swipe if I think it would be helpful to set up my account for some kind of like content creation, stuff like that. That's usually when I am most motivated to swipe. But there's just been such a long content gap for a long time that I haven't had to swipe for a while. Speedy Gonzalez, spicy. That's right. Man, there are many things I would learn on Reaper since she's my first back attacker. Nice. That'll be super fun. Entropies include a lot of crying and a lot of happiness at the same time. Mention 3 rune skills, so that confuses me a bit unless he uses it for Chaos Engine. Expose darkness on return. Oh, nice. Yeah. On return, that's perfect. Who gambled on Infinity Shower tripods, hoping for the tripods for back flush? I think that they're gonna give us the amulet. I think it's like pretty likely, but I just don't know for sure. Somebody said that there was some kind of confirmation on the forums, but I haven't seen it myself, so I'm like a little bit on the edge for it. But if you've gotten all your core tripods, I definitely recommend on top of those core tripods, get Infinity Shower stuff. Starts feeling like a job with 6 characters on Legion raid. Yeah, it can get a bit much for sure. Yeah, and I try to keep playing the game as long as it's fun for me, and then when it starts to feel like a chore, I kind of like try my best to just like let it go and just let it be whatever, you know, not get too worried about min maxing. Or boy, looking for 2 support. See. Man, they're actually like accepting my Deathblade. I'm so surprised because my Deathblade is so crap on the right side. But I guess they're like, maybe it's my roster level or something. I'm not sure. What do I need for this? I'm gonna run Raid Captain myself, so Quadra is out of the question. Yeah, it's probably a better idea to use Backflush with Raid Captain a little bit, yeah. Yeah, doing Infinity Shower to get backflush tripods is very useful, especially for the movement speed buff. Yeah, the tripods are definitely cheap enough to just gamble on it for sure, yeah. Especially if you've been like saving for the update for a while. But then also me playing 9 games of Dota in a row. Yeah. Hey, you know what's fun is fun, right? It's definitely like Dota. A Dota game is a very different experience than like, you know, like maybe like a Lost Ark grind or something like that. So it's definitely like different experience, especially like multiplayer competitive games and stuff like that. It's so like easy to just like play one game and another and another and another, I think, especially if you're having fun with it. I think like most of my fun playing Lost Ark these days as well is like finding interesting things and doing videos, and then like getting to stream and talk to you guys is like super fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I 6? 6. I kind of don't like being 6. Sometimes you have to kite for a really long time. Oh, I'm gonna Awakening so I don't get knocked down by this shit. Slamp, slamp, slamp. Nice. Wasn't a back attack, but whatever. Our DPS is pretty high. I'm just saving for 5x3, but gotta recut a new stone for it. Oh god, the stone cutting. I wish you the best of luck, my friend. Okay, you try not to get knocked down here. Watch where he turns. Watching where he turns here. No, it missed. Nice. Now we can chill on this. Make sure to hit him once. Nice. This group was pretty good at it. This group did pretty good at the orbs. This. Out here. We're just trying to get some uptime, you know what I'm saying? In. Cross. Back attack. Back attack. Oh, we missed the back attack on that one. He's swiping again. Gonna do his freaking thing. Oh, watch the ice. Watch the ice. It's coming from lower. Nice. Let's see.
Come, Dojo. Let us combine our strength.
Don't touch the orbs. Don't touch the orbs. Still don't touch the orbs. Don't touch the orbs. Don't touch the orbs. Okay. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Explosion. Stand right here. Nice. Oh, this group's got it going on, guys. I think this is a chosen group. It's ice. Nice. We had Guardian Tune on us as well. You gotta stand a distance away, otherwise he's gonna hit you with that shit. Nice. You gotta cut a 6-7. I'm not here again. No. Not looking forward to cutting a 7-7. Yeah, I need to get more Fions onto my account. I'm probably gonna swipe for the Fions too. That's another thing that I'm probably gonna swipe for Reaper. Is the Fions. Because I only have 200, and I'm assuming I'm gonna need like 300 Fions or so. Hopefully there are enough ability stones on the marketplace too. I need to get to the eye level early so I can buy the ability stones early before they're like bought out. Got an 8-6 legendary stone at the moment. Not really looking to the cutting RNG. Yeah, the cutting RNG is brutal. We'll find joy in cutting in stone cutting when bracelets come out. Yeah, bracelets sound like another ball of joy. You know, something to spark joy. Anybody volunteer the corrosive? Fions are disgusting, yeah. My current plans is to kind of like have Reaper push side by side with my Arcana if I can. That's kind of like what seems to be the most appealing to me right now. As far as like Thirst or Moon, I guess long story short is I haven't exactly decided. I want to try both of them out a little bit. I have accessories for both. So I'm gonna try to just like play it and get to know which one ends up becoming a little more favored. But I think I'm... Oh, shit. No, I didn't get Nahun's energy. Whoopsies. You have to wait for at least one more Tower Slam. I think it's going to be Moon because if I know myself well enough, I think I won't be able to enjoy the rotation. I think the rotation is the biggest thing about Thirst that makes me hesitant about it. Everything else about Thirst seems like really, really fun. But from my understanding, the rotation for Thirst is just a little bit too straightforward. You kind of like... You can do your red skills almost whenever. Upkeeping your synergy is not that complicated, right? It's like it might just be a little bit too much, whereas some of the jankiness of Moon might be fun to kind of wrangle with. The only reason why I wouldn't go with Moon is if it's just like it doesn't actually put out the damage that's satisfactory to me. That would make me feel like not super, like I'm not having a lot of fun on Moon. Like at the end of the day, I like doing damage. Okay, we gotta chill, guys. Okay, chill, let him jump, let him jump, let him jump, let him jump. Nice. We don't have a lot of safe spots. Let's go ham! Let's go. energy. Slam. Dodge out of the way. Oh, I didn't quite get a back attack. He didn't travel as far as I thought he would. Nice. Mechanically difficult classes just feel better to succeed on. Yeah. I definitely like the idea that if I'm doing well, it reflects on me as a player that I'm like really well understood in the game, executing something really excellently. I like that. I like that if people see me doing well, it's like a reflection of my like expertise with the game, you know? Sork is mechanically hard, right? I actually don't know. I've not played Sork before. That was scary. I saw the thing flash. I saw my life flash before my very eyes. No, save me! I popped my identity early because I wanted the super armor just to make sure I didn't die. One, ba, 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 ba. Oh, you dead. Oh, you dead. Oh, oh, you dead. Oh my. Oh my god. What happened to the party? Don't get grabbed. Don't get grabbed. That's me. That's me. I have it. Why do I feel so slow? Because I lost the earning? I don't have counter.
Let me help you.
Oh, that was close. That was close. Okay. I don't know what the stats on this guy is. But maybe I can rely on the paladin to counter. I should focus on DPS. Focus on DPS. Notice that the paladin had just countered everything going for it, so. Oh, it's just me. That's really bad. My damage is a little bit sketchy. I think the paladin's got it. I have this one. Looks like the paladin's got it. Watch the grab. Did you do the grab already? The grab. I really need to up the damage output. I trust the pally to do this one. Fuck! I noticed the berserk, but I crossed in front of the boss. That might lose us the fight. Oh, he did it too close! Oh, no, 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 thank God. Yeah, as if I got one more hit off, it would have been good. Dang. Yeah, that was super bad of me to die there. I took such a big risk walking in front of him. Let's see. Sork is hella boring. Oh, I see. Sork is super easy. Press Doomsday plus Frost Call into Ignition. You did big damage. Yeah, Berserk is like really, really dangerous. Have you tried Deadeye? I have not tried Deadeye actually. Base DB player, hate to see it. Yeah, I threw it at the end. I definitely threw it at the end. Not enough willpower, you know? When it goes Berserk, it just like one-shots you. I just have to hold it out. I just have to hold strong on my focus until the end. But now we can get carried by other people, you know? Jump. Okay, that's good. Didn't quite break the tower, but it's okay. Oh no. Oh, thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God. I was not paying attention to the health. I'm so glad it didn't cause a wipe, so now I can't be blamed for the mistake that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? It was all calculated. Right, guys? It was all calculated, right? Oh, there's no more towers! It's okay. We can still clear the fight with the armor. And maybe we'll have Balthor for the ghost transition, and then we won't all die. You know what I'm saying? Nice. Nice. This. Here. Here. Dang it. It moved me a little bit too far forward. You always go to the one that's like farthest from the cone in case they either incidentally or on purpose troll you. Okay. Defensive rating. Have you guys heard of defensive rating? It's like defensive driving, except for rating, okay? You just need to be prepared. Yumping for cinematic. Oh, I don't have my counter. I use my counter. Kick. Yeah. Oh god. Well, turning it that direction is like, that makes you clench a bit, you know? Nice, I got my paralysis immunity in time. I might have died if I didn't do paralysis immunity there. I'm not gonna counter it. That's me. Watch for a spin. No, he's not doing it. Counteracts. Need to make sure I kept my super armor. I didn't want to get knocked off there. Okay, don't cross. It's dangerous to cross here. Gotta wait your turn. Ooh, Balthor is gonna be interestingly timed. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's more people alive. Okay, this is like, we can do this. You know? We can do this.
Dear life, may you give me strength.
No, 2 people got grabbed. It's gonna be me, myself, and I again. Me, myself, and I. I'm not gonna counter ever. Pop that. Slam that. Carol. Do I need to counter this? Looked kind of like I did, so I went for it. Carol. Nothing like a good vault and run to get your blood pumping, huh? Dodge the grab. Okay, I'm not gonna counter. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. That was a close one. That was a close one, huh? That was a close one, huh? No! Oh, thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God. Whew, thank God I got them reactions, though. Thank God for them reactions. This, I don't have a counter, so... Fucking here. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. We did it! Boo-dee-boo-doo-boo. Some nice, good and nice Vaulton exercise, you know? I made it! That's me! I'm on there! There was enough time for me to solo fight Vaulton that I made it on the board. Supercharge. Supercharge is worth something, right? Thoughts on Surge DB? I think I want to switch to Surge DB. If I ever upgrade my Deathblade's accessories, it's probably going back to Surge. Yeah, still strong after nerf, yeah. I only ever played Surge. Used the main DB before Arcana release. I wonder which one is more fun. Jinxed it. Vault is definitely my favorite raid of the three. Vaulton is very fun. Even with the previous nerfs, Surge still has better potential DPS. It's just very punishing if you don't pay attention to mechanic starts. Yeah. Missing Surge is a big feels bad, man. True. Very true. Very true. Very true. What happened to my party finder? Yeah, I think between playing Surge and Remaining Energy, I think I found Surge more fun. But Remaining Energy is also pretty fun too. Being able to refresh your cooldowns really commonly and have your Dark Axle up very commonly is like, it's pretty fun. I think Remaining Energy is pretty okay. Remaining Energy, I also think, in terms of like squeezing out every inch of damage, it can be kind of difficult because you're very incentivized to always hit back attacks on every single one of your skills. So your uptime on the rear needs to be like pretty strong. Whereas for Surge, in some ways, you can kind of just like rely on that window where you're actually needing to slam to go to the back, you know? It can be like lenient in that way. You can also like play pretty safe because a lot of times you're putting down your wind cut and stuff like that, where you're using spin cut and moving around and building stacks, right? You're not actually like super worried. You don't have to like stay active and dealing damage all the time, you know? Like you can wind cut and run around, you can spin cut, and you're still like making good progress on your damage because you're building stacks, right? So there's a few things that are like really nice about Surge. Okay. I prefer Surge more, but Remaining Energy is fun in the way that you can play a bit more lenient in rotation, but firstly, I find Surge less stressful. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of agree with you, Sungbol. I actually kind of agree with you there. I find Surge to be a little bit less stressful sometimes. Because you can kind of like play at like a very steady pace, you know, and then you just line up the one good slam and you just do so much damage. It was definitely like, I played Surge pre-nerf mostly, but it was definitely the feeling that like, especially like the one thing that made pre-nerf Surge like so good was you could slam anywhere between like 14 stacks and 20, right? So you had this huge window where you could find a back attack, right? And so you could kind of just like, you could take your time a lot, you know? As long as you're understanding what the boss's moves are, you take time and you find that one window where you can slam and you're good, you know? From 12 stacks, from 14 stacks to 20, like, you're really comfortable with that, I think. And then when you did slam, it was just so much damage. It was so much damage that you're like, yeah, I'm totally fine, like, waiting a little bit on slamming because I get so much of a payoff when I do hit it. Yeah, old Surge was just crazy. Okay. Well, I think it's getting about to that time where I need to find food to eat. It was kind of a fun stream, just hanging out, chilling with you guys, you know, chatting a little bit. It was super fun. I can't wait for the update. I'll probably be streaming again. I haven't done this week's clown. I still have all my raids, all my arcana, so there will probably be another stream this week of me doing that stuff. When I do my clown this week, I'm also going to get my set. Get my level 2 set of the 6 set bonus, which is going to be pretty great. What's for dinner? I actually don't know. I don't know what's for dinner. I have to figure that out. Yeah, it was super good to catch you live as well. I've been kind of like, I took a step back from streaming for a bit, but now I think I'm like coming back into streaming. One of my biggest things was to put out some more YouTube videos to gain some more viewership. So when I do stream, it's like a little more meaningful. So I'm glad people are hanging out and chatting. I don't know what I want for dinner. 2 burgers? The burger good? Did I get a burger? Not gonna happen often, sadly. Yeah, it's like way early in the morning for you. I might stream at some like different times, so maybe it'll be better. If you guys haven't already, make sure to join my Discord. I definitely welcome you guys there. I plan on using the Discord to receive things like viewer submitted VODs that I can react to and review for videos. For you guys to talk about Lost Ark, gaming, and anime and stuff like that. Maybe to do events where you do weekly raids and stuff. And then, you know, do stuff like post Lost Ark fashion and stuff like that. So if you guys think that that is fun, or you guys want to ask like Arcana or Reaper questions, or you just want to like discuss certain like theory crafting things, that's what my Discord is there for. It's supposed to be like, just like a very comfortable, positive Discord environment. I'm really kind of like, I really want to make sure that I cultivate like a really strong, positive community. So I'm going to be moderating it very, very strictly. So hopefully it'll be a good place for you guys just to like relax, have fun, and talk about Lost Ark, and keep all the negativity behind. That's kind of like my goal with the Discord. So if you haven't, the link is in the description, and that'll be good. Thanks for looking at your parts. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and you made some very good comments about it too. I really appreciate you sending in the parts. So now we have a Discord to do it, so it can be like a lot easier to reference, and yeah, I think it'll be really, really fun. Okay, cool guys. You guys are the best. This was super fun for me. This was super, super fun. I will see you all. Honestly, maybe tomorrow. I don't really know. I don't really know when I'm doing it, right? But either tomorrow or the day after. Okay. Bye, guys.